So you just be driving around, and just like there's a fucking bird flying around, there's going to be a pterodactyl going around?
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Like, there's kids playing in the park, and there's little raptor guys running around. They're like feeding them like the ducks and shit. And I was like,
okay. Instead of mauling the kids to death, they're throwing.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you were listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again. Or very possibly for the first time.
Yes, very possibly. I don't know. We haven't gotten anyone saying it's my first time listening. We also haven't gotten anyone saying I listen at all. So it's really hard to tell.
No first time, long time.
It's really tough to tell. Now, Cerny, have you tuned into the new Obi Wan Kenobi show on Disney Plus?
I got to halfway through episode 3.
Okay,
that's right.
What a interesting episode to not finish. Was it late at night and you were fading?
It was getting good. Exactly. I was fading on the couch, so I was like, I better. It was getting good, and I was fading, so I was like, "This is a recipe for me waking up when there's credits." And I'm gonna.
You weren't gonna. So you acknowledged you weren't gonna catch the ending anyway. No, how it was going.
Yeah.
Now,
keeping the eyes open was a real struggle.
I don't know if that's us getting older or whatever, but I have tapped out of more show watching in the last 2 years than I have all cumulatively in my entire life before.
I think as we get older, it's like there's always tomorrow. I'll pick it up tomorrow.
I'm like,
no use in me fighting through this and being miserable. Fuck off.
It's not. Yeah, it's not going to the upside of me having to talk about the whole rest of the episode. The Obi Wan Kenobi show does not outweigh how much I'll be dragging ass the next day. So
exactly.
Yeah,
it's almost like when you have you're drinking now, and it's like, I'm good. I'm not gonna. That beer will just sit in the fridge. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Fuck. I've even opened a beer, took a drink. I was like,
I know. If I'm not in love with it, it's not going down the gullet.
Even if I like it, sometimes like you open it up, like, oh, okay, and then you're like, I'm kind of full, and I'll just put it back in the fridge.
Yeah. Well, my wife and I were one night we we're big into the Formula One, so the races are in, the last race is in fucking Saudi Arabia, so it's at 3 a.m. where we are, right? So we, they have an app, of course, so you could stream it later. So we'll watch it after the kids go down. So we had, we got a fancy beer from Hen House or whatever, and my wife and I were going to split it, and we cracked it open, and we're like, okay, good, press play, start watching it. And then we hear, from down the hall, one of the kids going, ooh, ooh. We're like, oh, shit, you're throwing up. No. You're throwing up. Pause, sprint down the hall. Where's the puke bucket? All this stuff. And by the time that whole thing was resolved, we came back, and I'm like, oh, I don't really feel like drinking a beer right now. I feel like, it's
the mood is killed. It's done.
Yeah, the mood. Yeah, it's the wick is unstiff.
It's soft.
It's soft. Flaccid is the desire to have a beer at the moment, after just collecting a bunch of vom. Yeah. Also, it seems that every house has the puke bowl or the puke bucket.
Yep.
But this bothers me. I feel like this isn't only at my house, but the continual use of this bucket for other things outside. It's like, oh, we're making a salad. Let's just grab this bowl. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the kids were throwing up in that 2 nights ago, but we ran it through the dishwasher and it's fine now, I guess.
We're all good.
We're all good. So I put my foot down for this one particular bowl, and I'm actually going to take one of those. I'm going to go to like Rite Aid and get one of those really thick Sharpies and just write puke on the side of it, so that way there's no misunderstanding that it's only to be for puke.
Oh, the big Sharpie means it's business.
It's serious fucking business, because I can't be served a salad out of this bowl that I know caught a
Even
bunch
if it's
of vomit.
clean, you've seen what's happened to it.
I can't unsee it. I can't unsee what I've seen.
It's like if you want to. I'm sure if you went down to like the hot dog factory and saw me.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna push my plate away.
Yeah.
Just ignorance is bliss on that one.
That is true. Yeah, you don't want to know how the hot dog or the nuggets are made on that one for sure. But what's your take on the Obi Wan Kenobi? The first 2 episodes.
So far it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I kind of like the character development, because it's Darth Vader's a little wild at the moment.
He is reckless. I mean, he's Darth Vader after all.
And the lady that's like his underling, or like what they call her, sister or whatnot. I can't remember.
Third sister.
Yeah, third sister.
She's fucking crazy though. Badass.
She is reckless. She's reckless. Yeah, she's badass. She's reckless too. They're like, don't do this. She's like, doing it anyway. I guess if you got the backing of Darth Vader here,
yeah,
I'll be pretty confident in my.
That's true. That's true. You're gonna run a fucking coup up against the Emperor, or the yeah. You got to make sure you have Darth Vader on your side.
Yeah.
What I really did like about Obi-Wan Kenobi is that they took like 5 minutes of the first episode to give you this is what's been happening, and it like some contextual and some setting on what all is going on.
Yeah, almost like the previously on Star Wars.
Previously on the prequels that no one watched and tried to erase from their memory banks. This is what happened. I could have done without the fucking Jar Jar Binks cameo during that thing. I'm like, do we really have to do that?
We all remember Jar Jar.
Start on such a sour note. Start the show off like this. With fucking Mr. Jar Jar Binks.
Old wounds.
Oh.
Old wounds. Starting off.
But,
in case you forgot, this character is front and center. The 1999 version.
I mean, he was an integral part of the. It was too. I can't get into the scarring that Jar Jar has left on my brain, but I mean, when we were, let's see, when did the episode 1 come out? Like 1999.
Yeah, 99.
So we were. I mean, that's prime being interested in Star Wars age for us. So.
Yeah, exactly.
It was exciting, and I remember seeing the movies in the theaters.
Were 12?
Yeah, something like that. I must have been. I don't know. I feel like my parents wouldn't have taken me, but I must have gone with somebody, because I remember seeing it in the theaters.
Hitched a ride somewhere.
I must have. I don't know what I did to see that, but yeah, I think it's good. I like how they have Ewan McGregor, and he's back. He seems to be doing a good job. He seems to have not aged.
Yeah, he was a good
20 years. I'm like, what kind of fucking lotion are you using?
What kind of serum is that? That's the Rob Lowe mix. Come on now.
Yeah, where somehow you look better when you're 45 than when you were 25. I don't get how that happens, but yeah, I think I'm enjoying the show so far. I finished episode 3. No spoilers for you there, but Darth Vader is revealed in episode 3, as Cerny knows.
Is episode 4 out today as of recording?
I think there's episode 5. We might be a couple behind
5.
if you've only seen 3.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm a few behind myself, but it's definitely getting good.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So that one's on the Disney Plus, if that was not obvious for everybody.
Yeah, since Disney owns Star Wars now.
Yeah. Quite the investment, I would guess. Forgot how much they bought all that for, but
I think
it's paid.
Their money back times.
Yeah, it's. I think they've made it back already. Their time to value on that one's relatively quick. As Netflix continues to decline.
4 billion.
4 billion. That's all.
That's all.
Wow. That's interesting. I mean, I'm sure they've made more than that amount already. They've had to, I would guess.
Yeah. I mean, it says they've made a new post from Disney blog suggests that George Lucas actually earned approximately $10 billion from the sale.
10 billion? Holy shit. Wow. Whew. George Lucas. Is he still up in Marin, I wonder? Isn't he kind of in my neck of the woods?
I don't know, actually.
I don't know what he's doing. Do you think he still has that weird beard? He always had... remember he had that real like...
It was like his signature.
It was like his signature, but he had the problem was he had the under... the fat...
The neck scruff?
Yeah, the neck.
Oh, yeah.
But then but he would shave that part. So you had a beard and you had this kind of like fat under chin hanging out. And it wasn't a good look for him.
No, but I mean, he's worth...
I guess if you got $10 billion, you don't really give a fuck what people think.
No, you can do it. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Someone wants to sit there and say, hey, your chin fat looks stupid. It's like, well, your bank account looks stupid. So fuck off.
You know, it doesn't look stupid. My investment portfolio. Surging and flush with more money than fucking anybody knows what to do with. Oh man, yeah. So that's, but of course there's hate coming down on that African American actress, the third sister. People are hating on her because she's black.
In
the fans, quote unquote.
Oh. I mean, the Star Wars fans, there's always a problem. No matter what you do, there's always an issue. Someone has to take some kind of issue.
My buddy and I were talking about it too, and we're like, the worst part about Star Wars is the fucking fans. Because they just wreck everything, and they just make it all dumb. They just fuck it up.
Dig up some sort of like random... In this scene, if you notice here, the blah, 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 now that doesn't really correlate with the line in this end because I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Just watch the fucking show and enjoy it.
Yeah, just
chill.
You know what we saw on Saturday was Jurassic Park, the new one.
Oh. Now,
they got the whole gang.
They brought everybody back.
Besides John Hammond, he's
deceased,
but
rip. Is he's not a hologram or anything?
I was thinking like they're gonna like
that would have been cool.
Resurrect him like they did in what Star Wars Rogue One. They had Peter Cushing in there.
That's right.
I'm talking about it, but he was like had lines and shit. I mean, he's been dead for like 20 fucking years.
Yeah. So that's a really interesting. Like technology thing is that your likeness and your acting ability is going to be able to be used long after you're not alive. So how, are they going to have to pay actors to when Harrison Ford dies and they're going to want to? Oh yeah,
his family's going to get residual checks.
You would think so. You would hope so, right? I mean, they're using his shit. So,
but no, they didn't. Obviously, because it takes place in like today. Kind of a thing,
Okay.
So they kind of
and everyone's favorite. Why am I blanking on his name right now? With the black hair.
Oh,
why am I?
Damn it, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. Fuck, I can't believe I blanked on that. He's back.
Yeah, he's in there.
He's having a moment now. I've noticed.
Yeah, he is having a moment. He's not in. I mean, he's in there. Basically, it's like the major three, and then you have like it's almost like they do like the old school Jurassic Park meets the new school.
Chris Pratt. Okay.
And
Kirsten.
No, it's like Dallas. What the hell is her name? All of a sudden. Now Kirsten does in my head, even though she wasn't even in Jurassic Park.
Who is? I'm throwing you for loops today, Cerny. Well, I saw the trailer.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Okay. That's the blonde woman?
That's the redheaded.
Oh, there's a new one. Okay.
In like the Jurassic World series. Laura Dern is the blonde lady. She was in it too.
Okay. Oh, right. Yes. Bryce Dallas Howard. I see that now. Alan Grant. So it's already grossed a cool $145 million in a week, less than a week. What's the Cerny rating on Jurassic World Dominion?
It was pretty decent. There's a premise in there that's like a little silly, but just let it go. Like we have to.
I mean, you're talking about a movie with giant fucking dinosaurs. Okay.
Yeah, they're just out now. They're just kind of like.
Oh, they live amongst us.
Yeah, and then we have to coexist with dinosaurs again. That's
everywhere.
Everywhere. It's just.
Interesting.
So, and there's like a black market trade and all sorts of other shit that they do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's one of those. We have to coexist with dinosaurs, which is like, I don't know about that.
That's something because obviously when you have kids, there's questions. Obviously, you can't even anticipate what questions they're going to ask, but they ask a million of them. And some of them are, Dad, if a T-Rex was here today, what would we do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't even, first of all, I have to look how big a T-Rex is. A T-Rex as big as the car? Is he as big as the house? So I can understand how scared I need to be.
He's about 45 feet long, I think, so.
Okay.
So, yeah, he'd be pretty large.
So now I'm interested.
And
in this whole premise.
they have like dinosaurs in there that I don't think they weren't discovered at the first one. So they have like a Gigantosaurus or whatever, which is like a massive Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh.
And I was like, are they just making shit up? I thought, at first I was like, are they making shit up? So I looked it up. I was like, oh shit, it wasn't even discovered until like 1993.
We need to invent a bigger T-Rex to eat the other T-Rex.
Yeah. But no, it was legitimate.
So like, how did they suggest in the movie that we coexist with dinosaurs?
It's just one of those like.
So you just be driving around and just like there's a fucking bird flying around, there's going to be a pterodactyl going around?
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Like, there's kids playing in the park and there's little raptor guys running around. They're like feed them like the ducks and shit. And I was like,
okay. Instead of mauling the kids to death, they're throwing.
Yeah, I know. It's always amazing. Like there's like a dinosaur. I mean, it's a smaller-ish dinosaur, and they're like, oh yeah, and they go up and they approach it. I'm like, I wouldn't even approach a fucking squirrel, let alone.
Yeah, I mean, I got enough problems at my house just worrying about a fucking skunk coming by that's about as size of a half of a cat or something. And that causes the amount of like unsettling and disarray in my house that just a skunk sighting on the Nest Cam causes. Yeah. Could you imagine like, oh shit, a fucking raptor went into the yard last night. What are we going to do? Be like, well, we don't have dogs anymore. That's for sure. Because they fucking ate the dogs.
Where's Zoe?
Where's Ari? She gone. Raptor sighting.
Yeah, raptor sighting. I'm not going to go out there and check either.
Yeah, no.
I'll write her off and I'll be surprised if she comes back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? I guess we kind of do have that to some extent. Like, probably one time a year here in Marin, you'll hear, mountain lion sighting. Mm-hmm. Like, get your cats and get your dogs inside at night for the next like couple days.
We have that every like once or twice a year. We have like a mountain lion. Like someone's like, and it's usually like, I saw a mountain lion. It was like laying in the driveway, and they have like a picture of it. You're like, damn, that's right. And then like you'll be on a walk, and you'll see all these missing cats and dogs. Like a little like, I wonder where they went. They all ran away.
Did you ever see that clip of this guy that was on like a run, and he ran into a mom mountain lion?
Oh man!
And he was backpedaling. It's 8 minutes. I almost had a fucking anxiety attack just watching that thing.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't even imagine. especially when it's like charging at him and shit. I was like, oh my God.
Because you're like, okay, you can't crouch down because he might take that as like a sign of weakness. But it was also hissing because its cub was down there or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you don't know because I think I'm going to fuck this up, so don't take my word for this, listeners. But, mountain lions write this down, Cerny. They're like, they have a mile sort of like radius or circumference of like, that's their home.
Territory.
Yeah. So you have no clue how fucking close you are to a mom and her baby because who knows?
That's the worst combination you can come up to some cubs, like, like a bear and shit. You're like, oh.
Yeah. And then you see those videos on Instagram of people, that see like a cub bear and they're like walking up to it, their phones like, oh, it's so cute. I'm like, what's really close to that little cub? It's fucking mom, and it's going to destroy you. So GTFO, baby.
Come back from where you came.
Yes. Get the fuck out
of
there.
Turn around and just start going back the other way.
So did you experience in full Dolby Atmos, IMAX, all the bells and the whistles on the Jurassic World?
No, it was just a theater.
Oh,
although these theaters today they're nice. They have like reclining seats and shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah. They're going to have to, I think the theater, what they hopefully learned from this COVID time is that people realize, hey, I'd much rather pay X amount of dollars and watch the shit in my house because it's way easier.
So they're going to try to make it like your house.
Yeah. So the theater experience is going to have to up level and be more cozy. They're already offering beers.
Yeah, they could do different. They had something like an app. You can like order the food and it's like it's waiting for you or some kind of shit like that.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, I was kind of paying not great attention. So here's my problem. It was an 8:55 start time. A.M.
I already know where you're going. Go ahead. Oh, in the morning.
Yeah.
You played hooky, or you went on the weekend?
It was Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So it was 8:55. The ads and the trailers went for 30 fucking minutes. 9:30 it started. I was like, no.
Ridiculous.
I mean, we saw the Minions, the Rise of Gru, every angle they could pitch that fucking movie. I was like, God, I've seen this 3 times.
Well, at least you have assigned to seats.
Yeah.
And I learned my lesson because the same thing. I brought the kids, 20 whatever minutes early, and I'm like, with kids, it's like a fuse. And the second you get somewhere, you light that shit, and there's only a certain amount of time until it blows up.
When's the movie starting?
Yep. So when's the movie starting? And then we'll literally like leave when it's the showtime starts. We'll walk in, hopefully land it where we get there like a minute or two before. After you get the popcorn and you unpack all the snacks you smuggled in. Then they're ready to go.
Go to Dollar Tree, grab some candy.
Yes. I remember loading up. Remember on when we would watch the movies at man, my streets in Roseville are fading from my memory. But there was a Chevron station and it was either United Artist or a Century there.
It was United, yeah, you're right.
But you would basically go to the gas station.
That one was right in between. Either you go to Century or United. I remember it was right in between both of them.
Yes. And I specifically remember every time I would go, I would get one of those like probably one of those gas top rock stars or because you chug it and then it makes a great spitter after for your chewing tobacco when you're in the theater like a fucking heathen. And then you score whatever candy or whatever you're going to get and just walk on over there and no problem.
No problem. No.
I was by McCooney's. That one. In Roseville. Yeah. Century, I guess.
Eureka.
Oh, that Eureka. Ah, Eureka. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but gone are the little red seats. You get to like cram in there like sardines.
Oh, yeah. And the cloth, and you're like, oh, the stains on here, and I don't even want to fucking think.
like in like a half-inch padding on the ass, and it's
Yes.
the guy in front of you is leaning back, hitting your knees.
It's like the same style of seats that fucking Abe Lincoln sat in back in the day.
Yeah, you may have it.
Eerily similar stains as well as what was left on his thing. Oh boy!
I think that one actually they actually have. I think I just saw someone that they have the chair still, and it has like the stains and stuff on it.
Is in the Smithsonian? It's got to be in some.
Like
Do you think that will we possess the technology one day to extract the DNA from that and somehow
like
recreate some sort of historical figure? I don't know.
I bet you we would. Yeah, I bet
that's
you
some dress. I feel like we could do.
Yeah, it's just like I bet you they could almost do it today, but there's that ethical question. Like, what do you do? You get those people. You're playing God. They get those.
Yeah.
You get those people. So.
Yeah, I mean, when they cloned a sheep, they had the fucking hoopla that.
Molly?
Molly. That was it. Didn't it? It just not just died. It probably died a bit ago. Now I have to fucking look that up because I need to know. Let me see here. Polly and Molly. The first mammal cloned from an adult cell. Oh, it was 1996 was when it was born, and then it died in 2003.
Wow.
Oh, it was named after Dolly Parton. And it had kids.
Wow.
The more you know about Dolly the sheep.
I think I saw something where they were looking to bring back some version of a woolly mammoth, basically almost like the Jurassic Park shit. Like they're going to bridge the DNA gap with an African elephant, but then their reasoning was because first I was like, why? I mean, we have like 5-6 movies to tell you. Maybe we shouldn't be doing shit like that.
We got a whole series, and fucking newsflash, it ain't getting any fucking colder around here. I don't know if anyone else has noticed. It's hot as fuck all the time.
So that was the reasoning. Because first I was like, what the hell? But then they had a reasoning of like, because the caps are warming, it would create the almost as likely the same kind of climate that they had when they were alive, and they could eat the vegetation, try to slow the release, to try to slow global warming. Because as these plants grow and they pump more oxygen, all that kind of shit.
Okay.
They said they're trying to slow it in some sort of natural way.
Interesting.
But there's always like will it work? We think so, but we're not 100%. It's like obviously not 100%, but still, it's like.
So we have the sheep. That's one end of the spectrum. I feel like having cloned sheep around and making sheep, I don't foresee that as like a big problem. I don't foresee us getting overtaken by sheep anytime soon.
But if they're
we
like,
already have been. Fucking Trump heads.
You know what? Actually, you're right.
I take all that back. I'm going to walk every statement back I made.
We'll
scrap that. Yeah. But woolly mammoth, I don't know. Where do you stop? It's a slippery slope thing.
Yeah, so the next we're like, well, they're actually overpopulating, so we're going to have to bring back the saber-toothed tiger, which is his
predator.
It's predator, like to balance out the chain. It's like, hey, what the fuck? There we go.
They're like, all right, now we have too many saber-toothed tigers. We're making Neanderthal. So we need some fucking knuckle draggers to bash these things on the head.
Yeah, we're gonna bring back the cave bear to try to balance this. They start doing that kind of shit. You're like, wait a minute.
And then before we know it, we're in Jurassic World Dominion, where they lived amongst.
We're coexisting. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, we manifested it through a series of Michael Crichton books. Wait, is that the right reference? Michael Crichton? Yeah.
They'll have to bring him back too.
No.
So he can tell everybody he was right.
He's like, I told you so. Fucking dummies doing all this shit. Crazy. What did Jeffrey think of Jurassic World?
Oh yeah, he was liking the dinosaurs. I mean, there was questions. He wanted more, so he has a favorite dinosaur, which is the mosasaur, which is the one that swims in the water with the big mouth.
Oh, the one that just fucks everything, that eats everything, basically.
Yeah, that's like his dinosaur. And the thing was like in the beginning
Uh-huh.
and at the very end. So he was like, "What the? You want more TV time?"
Oh, we want more FaceTime from this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they can't be busting the good shit out all the time, or it kind of takes away from some of the. But he
If
doesn't
he
care
directed
about
the movie,
that.
it wouldn't be Jurassic Park. It'd be Mosasaur. We'll just follow him swim in the fucking ocean.
In a submarine, they're just falling around. Eat the submarine like the Magic School Bus or something.
Yeah,
Like the Miss
Yeah.
Miss Frizzle.
I forgot.
Cerny, I got to tell you, the tomato meter. Care to guess? Jurassic World.
Oh, I'm gonna say it's like 42.
Audience score 79.
Okay,
Strong.
that's
Tomato meter
decent.
30.
Oh,
That's certified rotten, I believe. That's tough.
oh yeah, that's 2 weeks rot.
Yeah, that's rotten. Rotten AF. That's on 326 reviews too. But you and I feel like we have a similar stance, just like you said with the Venom movie and with this. Your expectations can't be overly lofty. You're watching a movie about dinosaurs that they're captive on an island and
Yeah.
people pay to visit.
As long as they stay within the parameters that they've established, then that's fine. It's about
Yeah.
dinosaurs, and there's some parts where I'm like, come on now,
yeah.
like the raptor has to come back and like,
Are they bringing the blue raptor back?
yeah, she's back, so
yeah,
she has to come back and like
Save him.
give like a nod, thanks or something for something he did. I'm like, come on now, get out of here with that shit.
Boo, boo, boo.
Yeah, I was like, well, man.
Come on, man.
I mean, when they were setting it up, I was like, don't do it. Don't
Oh,
do it. And
no.
again, I was like, yeah, they're doing it. Fucking A.
Why? Like, who wrote that in there? Like, this would be great.
This is going to be touching the hearts. I'm like, we're watching dinosaurs. I'm not looking to tingle my emotions here.
Yeah. Yeah, for reals. Well, what would you do? You deem that movie to be appropriate for a 6.5 going on 7-year-old, or is it a little intense?
So
Mind you, she's seen every other Jurassic Park there is.
yeah. So I think there's nothing like, I don't think. I mean, someone gets eaten, but it's not like they like bite him in half. He's like half his body's laying there. I mean, they like show the usual Jurassic Park, like the monster's coming down or the dinosaur's coming down, and then like it bites him. But that's
part of the fun of it is the illusion or the what you make it in your mind kind of thing about
yeah,
what happened.
exactly. So I mean, yeah, I would say yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Granted, I took
PG-13
Jeffrey to
or
see.
something.
What was that?
PG-13. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
there's-
language. I'm not super concerned. My kids have heard it.
I
all.
think they say "oh shit" or something like that. Nothing.
No,
nothing
not a
crazy.
big fucking deal.
No.
Well,
So-
we've seen Jurassic Park so much we kind of know when to hit the fucking 30-second fast forward button on the remote to just like get it past the goriness. But with this new movie's uncharted territories, so
no fast forward in the movie theater.
there's no fast forward in the movie theater. Or I guess you could go with the
Excuse me.
the eye cover.
block.
Projectionist, do you mind? We have some kids here. I know the movie's PG-13, but I brought my 7-year-old daughter. Do you mind fast forwarding real quick? It's all about me down here.
Slide it up a couple slides.
Thanks.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Got this fucking reel-to-reel up there or something. Is that how they do it still?
I don't
just
think they
open
do
up
that
a
anymore.
Just opens
I
a
was
computer
actually-
file. Probably.
Yeah, probably. I was actually in a movie where they still did that. I swear it was in the 90s. It was like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and like the fucking thing like melted. Like you could see, you could see the
Oh, yeah.
the lights came on, and we had
Like in
sorry,
Fight
everybody."
Club?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because the light from the bulb to project through the film was too hot, and it melted the film.
Yeah,
Basically, is what happened, yeah.
Basically, we had to get our movie back. We got to get our money back and come back later.
Wow. And then you got a little preview to the movie, at least.
Yeah, it was like halfway through. I was like,
Halfway through. That would
All right.
suck. I haven't seen the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon movie. Is that one good? It's definitely
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those fantastical, like they're like jumping from tree to tree and shit. But
Oh,
I mean,
right.
I
They were like
couldn't-
running on
couldn't
top
really
of the
tell you-
trees, kind of.
yeah, I can't tell you what
that's right.
it's been
Wow.
that long since I've seen it, so I don't make me recite the characters, nothing.
Yeah. Is the character development strong, Sonny? What do you think? Now, my daughter has been, school's out for the summer. I mean, we
Yeah,
could
it is.
spend an hour talking about the cush schedule that kids have with, it's a teacher's day on Wednesday. So basically her last week of school, she was there for maybe 2 full days, and the rest of the days were partial or early out or some sort of teacher day. I'm like, where was this when we were needing this in high school?
Yeah, that's what you need is high school, basically, because it's like pressure to the last minute.
Yes. It's got to be. And then it's like,
Finals and shit.
it's ridiculous. But one class that we like signed her up for after school is this, it's called Marin Trex. It's this guy, he just has a bunch of reptiles. He has like geckos and turtles and ball pythons, and every Monday for like an hour, he just like tells the kid about reptiles, and they get to play with them and stuff. So daughter's really into it. I'm like, this is fine, but this stuff, it stays here.
Stays
I'm telling you,
outside the house.
I know she knows what happens at the Cerny residence, and I'm putting my foot down. It's not happening here. I'm
snakes?
I'm not going to do it. And so she's holding these little ball pythons, taking pictures with them, and I'm like, it's good that she's being exposed to this and everything. So we were walking, at Target, and we were walking back to the car, and we passed a PetSmart or one of those type of stores.
Petco or something, yeah.
She goes, Dad, can we check out the reptiles? I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. Kill another 10 minutes or whatever. So we go in there, and we're looking at all of them. They have tarantulas.
We got 3 in the house.
And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, first of all, at PetSmart, I didn't realize they're like $150 or something for some of these. I was like, whoa. I didn't realize a spider would be that much.
Jeffrey's ball python. This is, inflation was a little bit lower back then.
Yeah.
But, he got it when he was 5, and it was like $39. So
for a snake.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, that's not a bad deal. Yeah. We'll do it.
Nice.
But fuck.
So we went and we were looking through. Now, is the ball python the one that you have to feed the rats to?
Yes. They have like corn snakes and stuff, I think. I don't know if you feed corn snakes. There are snakes that you feed crickets and stuff. Yeah, corn.
Like, I don't know what happened. I just throw a corn cob in every day, and he never touches it. I don't know what the deal is. So she was looking at that, and they had some geckos, different lizards, guinea pigs, all that sort of stuff. I don't need a rat or anything related to a rat in the house either.
No, everyone knows that's how I feel.
Yeah.
No, rodents don't. I don't drive with rodents. I'm not doing that.
No thanks. I mean, the fact that they're big, just the tails and stuff, it's just too much for me to...
Oh, the tail.
I
already have to just have a nervous breakdown.
Right
every Friday I have to have a nervous breakdown. Bringing that nasty, disgusting thing home. I always put it in a paper bag. I'm always like, this thing's going to chew out of this in the car. Happened once. It happened once. It was the worst ride of it was the worst ride of my life.
Because you're just waiting for it to crawl up your pants. Or just fuck with you in some manner. Oh, my God. I can't deal.
Oh, my God. It was the worst.
I can't deal. So, what the moral of the story of this whole thing, and we'll wrap up this one, is that the cat is looking like a much more of a lock.
That's how they'll get you. Maybe that was the master plan the whole time. Well, Dad says no to a cat, so we're going to come at him with snakes and some crazy shit like tarantulas and scorpions, and then the cat's going to see him.
They had scorpions there too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing with the scorpion exactly? I would love to understand what you're going to do with the scorpion.
Jeffrey had one. You feed him a cricket. You hit him with the black light.
Oh, to look at him because you can see through his body or whatever.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Night, so. That's basically about it.
And does he? Can you handle this ball python? Like, I don't know. Maybe the guy.
The python, yeah. The python, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's why we got it for him. Yeah, he said of all the snakes, ball pythons are generally probably the best, especially for younger kids because they're a little bigger and stronger. So they, kids are reckless, so they're not as susceptible to getting injured. Which they still can, and they have for the most part, a pretty tame, attitude. So
that's good.
Because we were going to get something else too, and he's like, they can, but they're a little. I mean, they won't necessarily bite. Well, he always says this is
necessarily.
This is my favorite line. Well, this is my favorite line. So, but I have to say, if it has a mouth, it could potentially bite. I'm like, oh, hold on, let me get my pad. I can write that down. Write that down.
Do you have any mouthless snakes?
Feed through osmosis.
Yes. Is there like a hole on top I could just put food down or something?
Set out the sun for photosynthesis.
Yeah. That's a general good rule of thumb with anything in life. If it has a mouth, it could bite you.
Yeah. So but he says like some of them are a little like they're quick, so they can slip out of kids' hands. And he said pythons, they can be kind of quick, but they're usually pretty. This shit's always been pretty slow.
Yeah, like she was holding it, and it looked like it weighed like 5 pounds, but it was just like coiled up, just literally like chilling in her hand. She's like, "Oh, it's cool," and I like pet it, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm good. I don't need anything else. I'm satisfied with my snake interaction for my rest of my life. Don't need any more. Don't need any more.
I've reached a peak. I've reached a pinnacle. We're done."
So, yeah. Obviously, I'm being landslid into cat territory. So
yeah, it's gonna happen. Might as well just accept the fate at this point.
Now, this is a whole nother episode to get prepared for a cat, but do I need to start looking at cat trees and, kitty litter, automatic kitty litter? Is there a Roomba of kitty litter boxes?
I don't know what it is, but yeah, James has one.
Okay. Nice.
So it's a kitty litter thing. Cat trees, yeah, because they'll scratch. They like to scratch. It's better a cat tree than your couch.
And they know somehow that's the only acceptable place to scratch.
You rub like catnip or something. You rub something on there that attracts them over there. I mean, not to say that they won't use your couch every once so often. You just got to tell them not, spray them with a water bottle. Usually what I did, there's a little squirt bottle. Yeah. So that's the one thing with cats is they hate water. So you give them a good shot and they'll stop whatever they're doing.
Nice. Or an airsoft gun. Water bottle. Or a Nerf gun. Or a super soaker maybe.
Oh, there you go.
Just really blast it.
That's just to really do something bad.
In the house. Reckless.
Yeah.
Taking it reckless. Well, we did it again, Cern. We did it again. We got Obi Wan Kenobi show people can check out. Cern's going to finish episode 3 at some point when he's not nodding off. And then I'll catch up and we'll wrap that one up. But Jurassic World, I think I'm going to be that might be a good one. I don't know if the 3-year-old could handle that. Mostly to handle the sitting in place for that long a time.
Yeah. Chances are the eyes won't be on the screen too long, but
no.
But, fidgeting would be the problem.
Absolutely. Well, we got stickers, we got shirts. Cerny has unearthed some shirts from his move, so shoot us an email if you want some of that stuff. We'll literally just give it to you.
ChipandCernShow@gmail.com.
Boom. It's that easy. If you're a first-time listener, let us know too, I guess. If you listen at all, we'll take a high.
We'll clear the switchboard for you.
Yeah. Hold on. Clear the switchboard. We got a call coming in here. Well, it's been another grand episode of the Chip and Cern Show, where we have hundreds more. If you feel the need, the hankering to hear more, for the Cerny Sleds and the Chipmunks. But, of course, make sure you're washing your hands. And I've seen more people masking up now that COVID's making a comeback here. But, of course, keep your hands washed, mask up, and of course, stay horny. Until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.